This is so ridiculous, and that they are trying to deflect from all the great things Donald Trump has done. There is no evidence that Donald Trump has committed a crime. Everyone knows that. This has been the most transparent presidency. He's the one that asked that those files
I'm reclaiming my time. I got your answer. You said there's no evidence.
President Trump asked
Chairman, please stop the clock.
Stop the clock. The legislation.
Time belongs to the gentleman from California.
Okay. I'm going to put up another document from a witness who called the FBI's National Threat Operations Center because I believe you.
During an explosive House Judiciary Committee hearing, Congressman Lieu brought a stack of sensitive documents and photographs to stage a furious assault on how the Department of Justice has handled high-profile associates linked to a notorious international trafficking ring. Lieu didn't pull a single punch, presenting redacted victim photographs and a stunning witness report from federal databases to openly accuse the Attorney General of lying under oath. From calling out a multi-administration failure to secure real accountability to demanding the chief law enforcement officer's immediate resignation, this was easily one of the most intense legal showdowns on Capitol Hill. Let's look at the exact moment the room descended into an all-out clash.
Thank you, Attorney General Bondi, for being here today. I'm going to show you two photos.
Thank you.
I'm going to show you two photos of former Prince Andrew. Prince Andrew attended various parties with Jeffrey Epstein. Under the law Congress passed, you were allowed to redact photos to protect the victims of Epstein's sex trafficking operation. You redacted the photos of this victim's face because you were following the congressional law. Is that correct?
I'm sorry, that we redacted the victim's
Because you were
face?
following the congressional law, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You have now established that please put the photos back up, that we are looking at a sex trafficking victim. Under the Federal Victims Trafficking Protection Act, not only is Jeffrey Epstein guilty, but anyone who patronizes Epstein's sex operation is also guilty of a crime. That's why I find it absolutely despicable that you sought to protect Epstein's clients, like former Prince Andrew. Last July, you closed the case on Epstein's abusers. The July 2025 memo from your Department of Justice stated, quote, "We did not uncover evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties." These two photos, please put the photos back up. These two photos staring you in the face are evidence of a crime and more than enough evidence to predicate an investigation against former Prince Andrew. So I ask you, Attorney General Pam Bondi, why did you shut down this investigation last July, and why have you not prosecuted former Prince Andrew?
I don't believe you asked Merrick Garland these questions when he was Attorney General and set before
I agree with you.
You twice.
I'm reclaiming my time. I agree with you. I agree with you. During the Biden administration, I called for people looking at Epstein files. Merrick Garland dropped the ball, as did Attorney General Bill Barr, as did Alex Acosta, a whole string of failures, but you are in charge. You have the power to change things, to hold these men accountable, and you're doing the opposite. You're protecting them. So I want to move on to another man.
Can I answer
Donald
that,
Trump.
though?
I want to move on to another question.
Can I answer your question about protecting
You
Prince
answered the
Andrew?
question.
You're saying no. I love this.
I want to discuss another man, Donald Trump, who is all over the Epstein files, like former Prince. Here's the video. Like former Prince Andrew, Donald Trump attended various parties with Jeffrey Epstein. I want to know, were there any underage girls at that party or at any party that Trump attended with Jeffrey Epstein?
This is so ridiculous, and that they are trying to deflect from all the great things Donald Trump has done. There is no evidence that Donald Trump has committed a crime. Everyone knows that. This has been the most transparent presidency. He's the one that asked that those files
I'm reclaiming my time. I got your answer. You said there's no evidence.
President Trump asked
Chairman, please stop the clock.
Stop the clock. The legislation.
Time belongs to the gentleman from California.
Okay. I'm going to put up another document from a witness who called the FBI's National Threat Operations Center because I believe you just lied under oath. there is ample evidence in the Epstein file.
Don't you ever accuse me of a
I
crime.
believe you just lied under oath, and this is all on videotape. You said there's no evidence of a crime. I'm showing you, here is a witness statement who called into the FBI's Threat Operations Center. He drove Donald Trump around in a limo. He overheard what Donald Trump said to Jeffrey on his cell phone. He was so angry, he was gonna stop the limo and hurt Donald Trump. And he met a girl who said she was raped by Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. She later had her head blown off, and officers at the scene said that could not have been suicide. No one at the Department of Justice interviewed this witness. You need to interview this witness immediately. Epstein should rot in hell, so should the men who patronized his operation. And as we say here today, there are over 1,000 sex trafficking victims, and you have not held a single man accountable. Shame on you. If you had any decency, you would resign right after this hearing
The
concludes.
gentleman has expired.
May I respond?
Yeah, I don't know how you respond. No one can.
I did not
can
ask a
respond,
question,
but
Mr.
he doesn't
You're
want
allowed
to talk
to.
about
I did
the
not ask a
horrific
question.
crime in California. He does not want to talk about
I did not ask a
crime
question.
in his
She
state.
can't just
Madam
ad
Attorney
lib
General.
stuff. I did not ask a question.
Meeting will be in order. The gentleman has yielded back his time. I think our next witness will be.
The confrontation ignited instantly when Representative Lieu displayed two photographs of a high-profile international figure, former Prince Andrew, attending parties alongside the mastermind of a notorious trafficking operation. Lieu established a clear legal baseline, forcing Bondi to confirm that the Department of Justice had explicitly redacted the face of the victim in the photos to comply with federal victim protection laws. Once Bondi confirmed that fact, Lieu immediately sprung his trap. He noted that under federal law, anyone who patronizes such a predatory operation is guilty of a major offense. He then quoted a July 2025 memo from Bondi's own department which claimed they had uncovered no evidence to justify investigating uncharged third parties. Pointing directly at the display, Lieu demanded to know why Bondi had shut down the probe. These two photos staring you in the face are evidence. Why have you not prosecuted? Bondi tried to deflect by pointing backward, noting that prior leaders like Merrick Garland hadn't brought these charges forward either. In a rare move, Lieu completely agreed with her, reclaiming his time to slam a multi-administration chain of failure across both political parties. However, he emphasized that because Bondi is currently at the helm, she holds the actual power to change course. When Bondi attempted to fight back, arguing she wanted to answer his questions, Lieu cut her off cleanly. You answered the question. You're saying no. I want to move on to another man. Lieu then pivoted directly to the current administration, displaying video footage of Donald Trump at similar events and asking if underage individuals were present. Bondi reacted with intense frustration, calling the line of questioning ridiculous and an attempt to deflect from the administration's achievements, flatly asserting, "There is no evidence that Donald Trump has committed a crime. Everyone knows that." That assertion triggered the absolute climax of the hearing. Lieu immediately pulled up an official witness statement from the FBI's National Threat Operations Center. Looking Bondi dead in the eye, Lieu declared, "I believe you just lied under oath, and this is all on videotape." Bondi fired back furiously, shouting, "Don't you ever accuse me of a crime." Lieu stood his ground, reading directly from the federal threat report. He detailed a statement from a former limousine driver who reported overhearing highly disturbing phone conversations regarding the network's activities, and who noted a deeply disturbing incident involving a victim who later met a highly suspicious, violent end that local officers believed could not have been self-inflicted. Lieu slammed the department for failing to even interview this critical witness, noting that despite more than 1,000 victims being tied to this massive ring, the justice system has failed to hold a single high-profile client accountable. Representative Ted Lieu just gave a masterclass in aggressive, fearless congressional oversight, reminding the top law enforcement officials in the country that no one is above the law and that files buried in federal databases will eventually see the light of day. When a lawmaker brings concrete witness statements directly to a committee hearing, it exposes a massive gap between public statements and institutional actions. What do you think about Ted Lieu completely cornering the Attorney General over these sealed trafficking files and witness reports? Did he successfully expose a massive cover-up? Or do you believe the department's standard for bringing charges hasn't been met? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. This is a massive battle over institutional accountability, and your voice matters. Help us keep pushing past platform filters and algorithmic suppression by slamming that like button and sharing this video across your feeds. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss our breaking coverage of these explosive hearings. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.